What if that itch you've been ignoring after age 65 in simply old age? What if the place where you keep scratching is giving you a clue about something happening deeper inside your body? And here's the part most people never hear. An itch does not automatically mean your lifespan is short, but persistent itching in certain areas can sometimes be a warning sign of a medical problem that deserves attention. So today, we're going to follow the clues, not to scare you, but to understand what your skin may be trying to tell you before a small problem becomes a much bigger one. And stay until the end, because the third location is particularly important when the itching keeps returning without an obvious rash. Think back to your 20s and 30s. Your skin was different. It held moisture more easily, produced more natural oils, repaired itself faster, and usually recovered quickly from irritation. You probably never thought about your skin as an organ that could reveal what's happening inside your body. Then something quietly changed. By your 40s, the amount of oil your skin produces begins to drop dramatically. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, after 40, that decline continues. By around 60, dry skin has become extremely common. You may not notice the change at first. Maybe your legs feel slightly tight after a shower. Maybe your back gets itchy at night. Maybe your hands become rough during winter. You apply a little lotion and forget about it. But this is where the timeline becomes interesting. Your 40s and 50s can create the conditions. Your 60s can make the problem more noticeable. And after 70, several factors can come together: thinner skin, less moisture, medications, reduced sweating, chronic illnesses, and changes in circulation. That does not mean aging itself is a disease. It means the same symptom can have a very different meaning in an older body. Now let's look at 3 places where persistent itching deserves extra attention. The first is the lower legs. Many older adults experience itching around the shins, ankles, and lower legs simply because the skin becomes dry. But there's another possibility. Circulation problems can contribute to a condition called stasis dermatitis. The American Academy of Dermatology notes that doctors estimate more than 20% of people over 70 have stasis dermatitis, which is associated with poor blood flow in the lower legs. And notice the cause and effect chain. Years of reduced activity, aging blood vessels, weight changes, or circulation problems can gradually affect blood flow. The skin becomes more vulnerable. Swelling may appear. The skin becomes irritated. Then comes dryness, redness, scaling, and itching. The itch is not necessarily the dangerous part. The question is, why is the skin struggling? Now consider the second location, your back, especially when the itching is widespread and there is little or no visible rash. This is where people often make a mistake. They assume, my skin is just dry. Sometimes it is. But persistent itch without an obvious rash can occasionally be associated with conditions affecting the kidneys, liver, blood, thyroid, or other parts of the body. The American Academy of Dermatology specifically lists kidney disease, liver disease, diabetes, overactive thyroid, and certain blood disorders among possible causes of long-lasting itch. Think about how easy it is to miss. A person takes a hot shower. The skin dries out. They scratch. The scratching causes more irritation. They buy an anti-itch cream. It improves temporarily. Then the itching returns. The visible symptom is treated, but the question underneath it remains unanswered. And this brings us to the third location, the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Persistent itching in these areas can have many harmless explanations, but when the itch is intense, widespread, or accompanied by other unusual symptoms, it deserves medical attention. The American Academy of Dermatology notes that itching related to some liver conditions can begin on the palms and soles before spreading elsewhere. That doesn't mean itchy palms equal liver disease. They don't. It means location can sometimes provide a clue, especially when the symptom is persistent and unexplained. Now let's move forward in the timeline. After 70, the problem can become more visible because the body's reserve is different. Skin is thinner, loses water more easily, and can become irritated more quickly. Medications can also contribute. Some drugs, including certain blood pressure medicines, opioids, and other medications, may cause itching or worsen dryness. This is why one of the worst fixes is simply adding another product without asking what caused the problem. Another common mistake is taking extremely hot showers because the heat feels soothing. It may feel good for 5 minutes, but hot water can strip protective oils from already dry older skin. Another failed approach is scratching harder. It feels like you're solving the problem, but you're actually creating a cycle. Itch, scratch, irritation, more itch. Severe dryness can even create cracks in the skin, allowing infections to develop. And there's a bigger reason to take persistent symptoms seriously. Older adults are already more vulnerable to complications from seemingly minor problems. Falls, for example, are a major concern. CDC data show that in 2023, the unintentional fall death rate among Americans 65 and older was 69.9 deaths per 100,000 people. Among adults 85 and older, it reached 339.5 per 100. Why mention falls in a video about itching? Because nighttime itching can disturb sleep, scratching can leave skin painful, and treatments that make the bathroom floor slippery can create another problem. The American Academy of Dermatology specifically warns that bath oils can increase the risk of slips and falls in older adults. So what should you do today? First, don't panic. Persistent itching does not mean your life is ending. It has many causes, and dry skin is extremely common with aging. Second, track the pattern. Notice exactly where you itch, when it happens, whether there's a rash, whether it is worse at night, and whether you have swelling, changes in your skin, or other new symptoms. Third, if the itching keeps returning, is severe, has no obvious cause, or is accompanied by other changes, talk with your doctor or dermatologist rather than simply covering it up. A medical evaluation can help determine whether the cause is skin-related, medication-related, or connected to another condition. And here's the warning I want you to remember. If you notice a skin spot that is changing, bleeding, or persistently itching, don't automatically call it an age spot. Dermatologists recommend having unusual or changing spots evaluated because skin cancer risk increases with age. Your skin is not a countdown clock, but it can be an early messenger. And sometimes the most important health clue isn't the symptom that hurts the most. It's the small change you've been ignoring for years. If this video made you look at your health differently, hit like, share it with someone over 60 who needs to hear it, and tell me in the comments, where does your skin itch most often? And subscribe, because in the next video, we're going deeper into another everyday symptom that many people dismiss as just getting older until they discover what it can actually reveal.